All right, welcome everybody back with more Pokemon XD Hardcore Nuzlocke. I know it's been a while since the last time I last streamed because usually I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At least I've been trying to do that. But on Tuesday I don't know what was going on. I don't know if I was sick or what, but I had a lot of like a runny nose, and my right eye just would not stop tearing up. It was kind of painful, so I was like, yeah, I don't want to really get in front of a camera and have to deal with this on, you know, live. So I decided not to stream on Tuesday, but now I'm better. I don't know if it was just a weird fleeting sickness or what, but either way, I'm back and ready to continue with the actual Nuzlocke. Last time we didn't really do much in the way of story progression because I really just wanted to experience like Battle Bingo again. It's a really fun minigame. And I did grind, true to my word, I did grind off stream to get that done. So I now have, is there a way to check Poke Coupons with the PDA? Yeah, 31,000 Poke Coupons is what I have. Let me also, just really quick, pull everything up here. So yeah, I didn't like grind too much, but I did get a bit of grinding done, which was a pretty solid thing. But now we have 31,000 Poke Coupons, so we can get a lot of TMs for Mount Battle, which is really exciting because there are some really good ones that we can get. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. Both of those look good. All right, awesome. Okay. So, speaking of Mount Battle, that's where we're going to go first. We're going to go to Mount Battle, and we're going to spend our Poke Coupons getting a bunch of TMs to make our movesets even better, which will be great. So, I think the big TMs that we're going to get, we're obviously going to, you know, Psychic on Espeon is like a must, you know. I don't think Espeon learns Psychic until, I want to say it's like 36 or something. Maybe even later than that. I don't remember, but it's late when it gets it. So we want to get it now, you know, because the level cap is 28, as you can see in the bottom left corner. Emulator is lagging again. I don't know why it does this all the time. Alright, so at the prize corner, I think we have plenty of Poke Coupons for all the stuff I want to. Yeah, that's Psychic. We just want one. I don't think I have any other Pokemon that can even learn Psychic. Let's do Thunderbolt will be good for Voltorb, so let's do that. And then Shadow Ball is good for Shiftry. And I'll even pick up Flamethrower because there is a Pokemon I may be catching today that could use Flamethrower. We'll see how far we get. I'm not sure if we'll get to Snaddle or not. That's the hope, is if we can get to Snaddle, which obviously that's the level cap is 28 for Snaddle. But we'll see if I get there. It is going to be quite a bit of grinding in order to get everybody to level 28. How close are we to catching sexy evil daddy? What in the world? Yeah, I got Psychic for Espeon. I got Shadow Ball for Shiftry and Thunderbolt for Voltorb as well. So let's do that. Much better than Spark. Also, how you doing, Shaman? Alright, Psychic on Espeon, over Confusion for sure. Very good, and then Shadow Ball on Shiftry. It's really just going to be an all-out offensive set for Shift Tree at this rate. It's already got Brick Break and Giga Drain, now it's getting Shadow Ball, and also Fake Out too. But that's fine. I mean, it's a solid moveset. Phenomenal coverage. Yeah, and then Flamethrower will be for later. Okay. Wait, you won't even be allowed to catch Lugia, will you? No, I will not be able to catch Lugia, unfortunately. It's the first Pokemon I encounter in each new area. Although, today will be kind of an exception, and we'll get to that in just a second. Alright, so let's go to, let's see. I do want to purify Makuhita. That is something I want to do first, is purify Makuhita so that I don't know why the emulator is lagging so much on the load screens today. Doesn't seem to lag too bad when I'm in the overworld. Oh, kind of lagging here. Yeah, it is. Alright, emulator's just lagging today. I don't know why this happens sometimes. Anyway, I wanted to go to ONBS so that I could get the items here that I completely forgot to get last time. There's like a couple of items that you can only get when Cypher is invading, and I can sell them. I don't really plan on using them, but I can at least sell them for some decent money. I don't know why this happens. This lag is crazy. Here, I'll see if there's anything I can do on my end. When I'm not moving, it's fine. And then I start moving, and the music kind of slows down. Like, you can hear it. Very odd. In the elevator, it's okay. I don't know. Anyway, what's this got? Okay, this is Revive. We can sell that for, I think, $750 or whatever. That's pretty solid. Okay. Is this HP up or... Yeah, HP up, yeah. I want to sell that for a lot of money. That'll be really good. For some reason, I can't handle emulating and streaming at the same time. I mean, I guess. It's so weird, because, like, when I'm standing still, perfectly fine, right? Music's playing at a normal rate. Like, the animations look good. I start moving, and then the music slows down. It gets a little bit more choppy. In the elevator, it's fine as well. I don't know. It's just very odd. I don't know if there must be, like, some settings within Dolphin. I did see that there was an update for Dolphin. I didn't update. Maybe I should have updated. It has been quite a bit since I last streamed because of the absolute terrible, I guess, fleeting sickness I had on Tuesday. But I'm fine now. Anyway. So, how much money do I have? Let's look at that. Okay, because I think every cent, like all the really good cents are like 1,200 a piece, and we want to purify Makuhita. I don't know how many cents it depends on the nature of the Pokemon that determines how many cents you need to purify. But we'll figure that out. Go from there. Okay, this lag is just insane. Hold on. Let me see if maybe I can like close something. Yeah, let me try doing this. try that. Oops. Alright, see how that goes. Still lagging. Unfortunate. It's too bad the hide natures of shadow Pokemon so you can't metagame. Well, I mean, the good news is like you can just purify them immediately with sense and then it's kind of fine. Alright, so Makuhita. I also do have access to a save editor, so I can just load the save file and it'll tell me what the nature is and everything like that. This Makuhita, horrendous luck. I'm pretty sure its IVs are like horrible across the board. I think the only thing it got that was even remotely decent was special defense. Everything else was really bad. Alright, so let's go with I'll keep Sand Slash because I kind of want Sand Slash to help train up Makuhita a little bit once we actually get it purified here. Keep Voltorb. I might bench Mightyena for now. Let me also save. Been a little while. Okay, let me try another thing to help the lag here. Yeah, no, it's still not great. Anyway, let's just go to the store and buy some sense here. Alright, so now we can buy Pokestacks, although it doesn't matter because like all the wild Poke spots we've already got as an encounter. I wish Suicune was available in XD for Surf access. I mean, I kind of wish like HMs in general were just available in Pokemon Coliseum. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that you don't have to worry about like teaching cut to Pokemon just so that you can access certain areas of the map and such. Like that's definitely nice. But, you know, Surf and Waterfall are like legitimately solid moves in their own right. It would definitely be nice to have access to them in the game. Alright, I don't think 5 cents is going to be enough. We'll see. Again, it depends on natures and stuff to determine like how many cents it takes. We'll figure it out. Apparently YouTube is so autistic it autocorrects XD into an emoji. That's fine. It looks fine when I'm just reading it here. All right, let's see. So it was like at 3.5, maybe a little bit over 3.5. Okay. All right, so Makuhita actually seems to really have a lot of impact when you use a scent on it. So probably only need like 3 cents after this. I don't have any joy sense. That's not what I wanted to do. I wish there was a way, like, you know how you can like move the order of like your Pokemon's moves, or sometimes you can move like the items around in your pocket. I wish you could do that same thing with the sense. But you can't. Can you do it with just regular items? Let's see. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can move regular items. But then when you go into the cologne case, no, it doesn't do it. So where in game are you supposed to be told how to purify Shadow Lugia? Are you just supposed to look at an external guide? Possibly. I have no idea. Like, I do believe when I played XD, I did purify all the Pokemon. I don't know if I figured it out on my own or if I looked things up. I have no idea. It's been so long since I last played it, though. Alright, so Makuhita is good. We still have 1 cent left over, which will be nice. Because we should get new encounters today. I believe we're just going to get 3? But in a game where we get like a grand total of maybe 16 or 17 encounters, that's honestly not that bad. All right. While we're purifying, oh my god, holy crap! Yeah, I'm definitely gonna. All right, let's pause the emulator really quick. Let's just pause the emulator really quick. Let me try to see if I can figure this out, because this is getting absurd. Like, hold on, let me watch the stream back. Am I lagging when this is happening? Not really. No, like the webcam's fine. It's really like the game is just absolutely dying. All right. Something's got to be running in the background that's not supposed to be. There are a couple of things, but I don't really think they're going to be that big of a deal. At least they shouldn't be. Alright, 1 second. Let me get rid of all that. Maybe that actually does help. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta unpause the emulator. Maybe that did help. Maybe I just had something running in the background that was just eating a lot of the CPU or something. Okay, well then let me close this too. Okay. And we get fake out. That's really nice. I mean, arm thrust really would never get clicked. Even when you hit all 5 times, it only just matches the power of Brick Break. Luckily, this game released in the era of the internet existing. Yeah. Although, what was it, 2005 was when XD came out? Yeah, the internet was still, like, very much in its infancy. Alright, Makuhita, let's go. What's a good name for Makuhita? I remember last time in Coliseum we named it like Thick Suma or something like that. You know what? We could be pretty. Just be absolutely stupid. We could do like Hari Omega instead of Hariyama. Obviously, it's not a Hariyama yet, but when it becomes it, big cheese. He do be. I kind of like Hari Omega though. He's a good one. Big cheese though. That's really good. So the nature is neutral. And of course it has thick fat. I don't know if I really care about whether it has guts or thick fat. I think both of them are solid abilities. I kind of like guts a little bit more, I think, but thick fat's not bad. Like, I'll take that. Alright, so we got that done, and now what we can do... I'm gonna level up I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna level up Makuhita just a little bit. To get it closer to Hariyama. And then we will go to Phenac City and we will get our encounter from there. and I'll also explain something about Phenac City when we get there. I don't want to ruin the surprise just yet, but I will be talking about something we're gonna do. Anyway, so yeah, now it's a lot better. I think I was just running something in the background that was causing the emulator to lag. So I think we fixed it. I think we're good. I don't know why every session that I do nowadays like has to start with me having to troubleshoot, but it is what it is. It's fine. All right. So I do want to go in with these two. And this is the guy I wanted to fight, yeah. Because this guy has, I think he has only normal type Pokemon. And they're all pretty weak. Yeah, Zigzagoon and Whismur. So it's a pretty good area just to grind using Makuhita. I could fake out, but I think it's fine. We'll just double attack into the Whismur slot. Whismur definitely dies to a slash, and I think it's Dunsparce and Apom as the other two Pokemon. Yeah, Apom. I don't know if I think Apom would die to Brick Break. Let's see. Yep, awesome stuff. Yeah, and Dunsparce really doesn't have a lot to hit with here, so it's really not a problem. Yeah, we'll just Brick Break the Dunsparce and slash the Zigzagoon. I'm sure Zigzagoon also dies to slash. Yeah. Well, grinding against this trainer definitely is going a lot faster than when I was grinding up to Exil's level cap, so that's good. Brick Break doesn't kill, but that does a lot of damage. And we should be able to take it out this turn. I really wish you could fast forward while grinding. I mean, yeah, like, I'm just telling you right now, you saw how bad the emulator was lagging just because I had, like, 2 extra tabs open. Like, if I try to speed it up, it's gonna... First of all, it's gonna sound horrible. Second of all, it's gonna look horrible. I do think there's an option to, like, mute the audio when you're in fast forward mode. But it's not too bad. Like, honestly, like, that trainer gave pretty good experience, and we're not gonna have to fight them too much to get to Hariyama. So is it like Coliseum where I can just enter this building, walk out, and fight him again? Or do I have to leave the area? Okay, awesome. That is very helpful. Makes it go a lot quicker. Alright, Brick Break and slash Whismur again. I think this is the quickest way to win, is just, like, double attack into the slot. Because I really don't think that slash will kill Apom on Sand Slash. Sand attack, that's gonna be annoying if we miss. Please don't miss. Tragic. God dang it. Yeah, slash does not kill Apom, unfortunately. Probably gonna have to go heal after this, because the problem is Makuhita, like, has really great HP. Oh my god, Makuhita cannot hit anything anymore. It's gonna be impossible. Never mind. But Makuhita has really good HP, but his defense is not good at all. When he gets to Hariyama, though, it is a massive buff. Because it goes from having base 30 defense and special defense to having base 60, which is huge. Yeah, we'll do that. Rock smash. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to swap. This is just too painful. I'll go Voltorb. Okay. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Alright, we're good. Alright, so yeah, we gotta get Makuhita to 24 for it to evolve to Hariyama. And then what else do we have to do? I think really after that we can go to Phenac City and get our next encounter. Save it again. Okay, and then also while this battle starts, let me pull up something here. Might lag for a little bit. It's just because I'm tabbed out of the game. But it'll be fine in just a second. Alright, for now let me do this. Brick Break and Slash. Okay, let me do, let's see. Okay. I think that looks good. Hold on. Okay. Now that's fine. All right, we're good. Okay. Does this Zigzagoon only go for sand attack or something? This is crazy. Wait, I think we get about a half a level up every time we do this with Makuhita, so it shouldn't take too long to get it to 40, or not, okay, if we were grinding to level 44, that would be insane. No, it shouldn't take too long to get it to 24. What I was trying to say. I think Rock Smash is only 20 base power in this game, so that's why it's probably doing like so little. I like Dunsparce's design, it's very good. I was very happy that Dunsparce got a an evolution in the most recent Pokemon games. And I mean, Dunsparce, what a phenomenal name. Okay. And we didn't take much damage, so we can just go in and out. And so then when we get Hariyama done, also one thing we need to also pay attention for, the Mirror B radar, because I mentioned this last time, but there are 2 locations that are considered new encounters, because again, we're only playing by you know, defining an encounter based off of the location you catch the Pokemon in. And there are 2 encounters that we can only get if we fight Mirror B and catch a Shadow Pokemon from Mirror B, right? And that's Realgam Tower and then Pirate Town. Specifically the Colosseums, though. So it's random what Shadow Pokemon Mirror B is gonna have. You can have anything as long as it's a Pokemon or a Shadow Pokemon that we can't get from refighting a trainer. So like the Hexagon brothers, they wouldn't count, right? Like I couldn't get Spheal from Mirror B because you can refight the Hexagon brothers, right? But the Delcatty from Lavrina won't have Delcatty the next time we fight her. So that would be an example of a Pokemon that he could have, right? He could have that on his team. Not that he necessarily will, but that's just one of the Pokemon he can pull from. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think as of like what Pokemon I would want the most, I think really probably it's just either I would say like anything that was in the ONBS building that we weren't able to get other than Mawile. If Mawile had Intimidate, I would say Mawile, but it unfortunately got Hyper Cutter, so not really that great. So I would prefer probably either Vulpix, Duskull, or Ralts. I think those are like all 3 of the ones that I would want the most. I'm not sure if I have like necessarily a preference between those 3, but yeah, one of those 3 for sure. Because they're all pretty good. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. All right. I didn't take too much damage, right? Yeah, not much. I don't know if there's a better trainer to grind against, but I just figured this would be the best because it's something that Makuhita can actively participate in since, you know, all these Pokemon are weak to fighting. And there really wasn't a reason I wanted Sand Slash specifically to do all this battling, but I don't really expect to use Sand Slash in the fight against Snaddle. It could, but probably won't. Just because I think really the strategy for Snaddle is going to be like Espeon and Shiftry to solo the fight with some help towards the end, but it really shouldn't be hard. I actually think Snaddle might be the easiest fight in this game, at least so far. But we'll get to him when we get to him. I don't know if we'll get to him tonight. It largely depends on if I can grind everybody up to level 28 in a reasonable time frame. But it's possible. Because I am going to have to grind like a fair amount. Like I obviously need to like, you know, level up like a full team. Even though I only intend on using like maybe 3 Pokemon the whole fight, having 6 Pokemon at the ready is always a good idea. But I will say that the grind for XD is not nearly as bad as Coliseum. I do think the one thing I will say that XD did a lot better than Coliseum is the level scaling as the game progresses. I think it does a really good job of that, because in Coliseum, there were so many times where there were like barely any fights in between like bosses, and for like no reason, completely no reason, they just decided to make the enemies have like a massive level gap in between each other, right? Like for example, Dakim in Coliseum, his level cap was 40, right? And then Venus, her level cap is 45. And you know how many mandatory fights you have to do in between Dakim and Venus? 0. There is not a single mandatory fight that you have to do. You can skip every single trainer. It's actually crazy. And then meanwhile, you go from Venus to Ein, and that's a 3-level jump, and yet there's like probably 15 to 20 mandatory trainers you have to battle. But with XD, I mean, like the level caps have gone up by just a little bit every time. The first one I think was 20, then I went to 23, now it's 28. Like it's scaling up at like a reasonable rate. There's a fair amount of battles in between each one. Although I think for this one, I think there's only like, I want to say 8 mandatory fights before Snaddle. Maybe another, maybe a little more. I think it's around that. I don't know why I went to ONBS to heal. I think it's faster to go to Pirate Coliseum. That is my fault. But yeah, this session might be mostly grinding. It might be all grinding, honestly. I do think we'll be able to at least get our encounters. That absolutely should happen. Right? And there are 3 encounters that we want to get, but it is dependent on if Mirror B actually wants to show up at Pirate Coliseum or not. It completely depends on that. and that is random. I think he can appear at either the Coliseum or at the Poké spot, and I don't think it's I think it's just luck where he shows up at and when, but it'll be okay. But yeah, there's not too many Pokemon to pull from Mirabee at this point. I don't know how many exactly there are, but I think it's really just all the Pokemon we saw inside of Cypher's lab, and then the Pokemon we're going to be encountering today in Phenac City. That's really it. Should be all the Pokemon he has. Even a crit does like no damage. It is so criminal that Apom is a fully evolved Pokemon until Generation 4. When it got Ambipom, it actually was like, it was okay. I don't think it was anything special either. But there's like a lot of Pokemon that were just introduced and they are just ridiculously weak. For no reason. All right. Based off of how much experience we're getting, I'm going to say it's going to take another 3 or 4 fights with this guy to get Machida to 24. But it shouldn't be too long. Probably 4, I would say. I don't know exactly how much experience we get every time, but it seems like it's around like a quarter at least of the bar, maybe a little more. But it is definitely worth it because Hariyama is a fantastic Pokemon. I don't really think Hariyama, like, I think a lot of people overrate how good Hariyama is in Coliseum. Like, there's a lot of people who say that Hariyama is like one of the best Pokemon in Coliseum. I don't really fully agree with it. In XD though, I will say it's a very good Pokemon. I feel like fighting types in Coliseum, especially slow fighting types, were not very great in Coliseum, because you had to take a lot of hits and there weren't like too many Pokemon that were weak to fighting. Plus, like, psychic typings were pretty common, or just Pokemon that no psychic type coverage moves were really common, so that was kind of annoying. But in in XD, like, there's not nearly as many trainers who use like good counterplay for fighting types. And being slow is obviously not great, but it's not as bad as it was in Coliseum, simply because the AI is a lot weirder in this game. If you don't know, Coliseum, like, they always would attack the Pokemon that had that would take more damage from an attack, right? And so because of that, Pokemon like Hariyama would usually get targeted a fair amount because its defense and special defense are just 60. Even though it has a lot of HP, its defense and special defense is really the only thing that factors into like who gets hit. So Hariyama would just get targeted and it's too slow to really, you know, do anything. So that's kind of the big problem. But in XD, because it's just random target who gets attacked, it's a lot easier to get Hariyama on the field and actually do something with it. Although it also makes it a lot more annoying to predict what the AI is going to do, and it can make some really frustrating situations where, you know, you plan for a boss and they just don't attack the Pokemon that you want it to attack, and things kind of go off the rails, right? It's a give and take. It's very weird. Like, Coliseum and XD, like, were released just about 2 years apart from each other, right? And I have to imagine XD was kind of like already, you know, being at least drafted at the time that Coliseum came out, right? If not actively being produced. So it's very weird that they decided to change the AI like that. Ultimately, I do think it's good for the casual player that it's not extremely punishing like that. But, you know, for the Nuzlocking people, yeah, it's not fantastic. In Coliseum, it was such a godsend being able to tell exactly what Pokemon they were going to attack and with what move. In this game, it's, like, impossible to predict. I mean, you'll know what move they will use if they target, like, each Pokemon, but it's impossible to tell who they're going to target until it's actively being done. So it makes pivoting a lot harder, and it makes strategizing for the fights a lot harder. But it is what it is. That's the first time I think I've seen it used Odor Sleuth. Typically it's been Tackle, Sand Attack, something. But even though I haven't beaten this challenge yet for like the hardcore Nuzlocke of XD, I'm gonna confidently say right now, there is no way I am ever going to try a deathless playthrough of this game. I mean, it's possible this is a deathless playthrough, who knows? I mean, we're at 0 deaths at the moment. But I'm not gonna actively try for it like I did with Coliseum, because it's just too luck based. It is far too luck based to go for. Like, I don't know how many Pokemon I expect to die in this playthrough. Hopefully no one dies. Like, that would be fantastic. But I definitely think there's going to be, like, moments where I get unlucky, you know. All it takes is one poorly timed critical hit, or, like, you know, an unlucky status condition proc, or something else, right? You know, all it takes is one. And then that's it for the Pokemon, right? So I don't know how many I expect to lose. I really don't think there's too many hard fights, like, in the early to mid game. Exel's a bit tough, especially if he has Intimidate on his Mawile, and the Mawile gets, like, really good IVs. Otherwise, it's really not that hard of a fight. But really, the fights don't pick up until the very end of the game. The last 3 fights of the game are, like, legitimately some of the hardest in the entire Pokemon franchise. It's really tough. Like, we're gonna have... I don't remember all their names. I'll have to look them up again later. The guy who's dressed in blue, who is like one of the henchmen for Greevil, or yeah, his name's Greevil, right? Yeah. He has an Alakazam that, I kid you not, has all 3 elemental punches and psychic, which is, like, legitimately like a competitive set that Alakazam has used in the past. If you don't know, the elemental punches in Gen 3 are in fact special attacking moves because the physical special split didn't exist. So all moves, whether they were physical or special, it completely depended on what type they were. So all electric moves are special, all ice moves are special, all fire moves are special. And Alakazam has like, what, a 125 special attack stat or something? Yeah. No, actually, it's higher than that, isn't it? It's like 145 or something. I don't know. It's a lot. 135, 125, 145. I'm mixing it up probably. But it's just absurd. Like, it's that kind of stuff that you have to fight in the late game on top of the shadow Pokemon, which the shadow Pokemon have their own set of broken moves, like, that are always super effective against all your Pokemon. It's crazy. It is legitimately going to be like a complete gauntlet trying to fight through all of the trainers towards the end of the game. I mean, Greevil himself uses like 3 legendaries too, which is straight up cheating. I mean, honestly, it's 4 legendaries, right? Because it's, you know, also Lugia on top of it. It's Lugia and the 3 legendary birds. But I think Lugia is pretty easy to beat because you just fight it, like, just fight Lugia by itself, and it's like the prelude to fighting Greevil's actual team with like all 6 of his Pokemon, and it really shouldn't be too bad. Although we'll get there when we get there. And this should be where Hariyama, or I should say Makuhita, evolves into Hariyama. So that's a huge help, because Hariyama is a fantastic Pokemon. This Makuhita, kind of unlucky. We got some really bad IVs on it, which does suck. But it should still be helpful. Like, Hariyama is a fantastic Pokemon. Fake Out's a very good move for really like both singles and doubles. It's a solid move. And it's got like an insane amount of power, decent defensive utility. It is slow, which is the only knock on it, but it should be fast enough to do what it needs to do in this run, so that's the good thing. Really, the big fight that Hariyama is going to play a part in is Gonzap, because a lot of Gonzap's Pokemon are weak to fighting. I don't remember how many, but I think it's at least 3 of his Pokemon are weak to fighting. It might even be more, I completely forget. Alright, Makuhita is going to actually live up to the name that I gave him. There he is. The big man. Alright. Let's see the stat differential that he has. Yeah, it is much better. The HP is crazy. 105 HP. Yeah, that is like absurdly higher than anyone else. That's huge. Okay, so now that we got Hariyama, we're good with that. We still haven't gotten anything from the Mirror B radar. We're waiting for that because whenever he shows up at Pyro Coliseum, we can get our encounter from Pyro Coliseum. But it's completely dependent on when that happens. I have no control over it. I think it just randomly activates when you're walking around. And I don't know how many steps you have to take for it to potentially activate. I think it's similar to how like the berry guy works in a Gate Village, where it's just like, you know, I don't know, you walk for, I don't know why I was about to I was about to save using the PC box like it was Coliseum. I keep forgetting that you could just save anywhere. But I don't know how many steps it is, because I think for the berry guy it's like about 128 or something. It might be similar for Mirror B. But I don't know. Either way, it'll happen when it happens. And he specifically has to show up at Pirate Coliseum because I think the other locations are Poké spots. And we've already gotten our encounters from the Poké spots, so it's not going to help if he shows up there. So for now, let's go. Is there any Pokemon I want to put on my team first? I don't really think so. I think let's go to Phenac City. Heaven forbid we do story progression, right? With all this grinding that I've been doing recently. Okay. So let me look. Maybe I should get Protect for a couple of Pokemon. That might be a good idea. Because we're going to be catching at least one Pokemon from Phenac City. And then I'll get into something that I want to talk about, because it's something that probably no one cares about, but it matters to me, god dang it. And I wanna complain about it. But I need to get there first. I can't just complain about something that no one would understand. So first, let's get Protect, which is TM17. I only have enough for one. Let me sell the HP up I got. I don't need that. I also don't need X Attack or Revive. How much does Energy Powder sell? 250? Sure. And the Poga Snacks, they sell for 150 each? I mean, that's fine with me. I also have a protein, apparently. I can sell that too. Protein Carbos. I forgot to sell the Revive. I need to do that. There we go. Now we have a lot more money. Alright. So let's buy like 3 Protect TMs for now. I don't think I need too many Protects. Like, Protect was one of the best moves in Coliseum because the AI was very consistent. In this game, it's not nearly as valuable. It's still good. It's just not as useful as it was in Coliseum. So I'll teach it to Skip Bloom. I think for sure should get it. I don't need Stun Spore. Sleep Powder is like pretty much always going to be better than Stun Spore unless the Pokemon has Insomnia or Early Bird or something. Sleep Powder is like always going to be better. Even when it comes to catching Pokemon, it's better. Like I think Sleep doubles the catch rate or something, and Paralysis just kind of multiplies it by 1.5 or something like that. All right, we'll put Protect on Voltorb as well. Man, this moveset is absolutely deplorable. I'll get rid of Refresh. And who else should I teach it to? What moves does Hariyama have? Maybe I can teach it to him. Whirlwind doesn't really have a ton of application, so I think I'll get rid of that. It could be useful in some context, but it's probably not going to be relevant for a majority of the run. Anyway, so now that we got Protect on everybody, we'll go and get our encounter from Phenac City, which is going to be guaranteed to be the same thing every run. And if you don't know, at this point in the game, like, Phenac City is like, okay, dude, don't get in my way, don't do it. Phenac City is like overrun by Cypher, so like everyone, every like resident of Phenac City is actually just someone in Cypher cosplaying as them, which is like really creepy. And there's a couple of items too, right? There's one here. 3 Ultra Balls. That's actually pretty good. I don't even think I can buy Ultra Balls yet. I don't think there's anything on the left side of town. Oh, Mirror B. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. How do you look at where Mirror B is? Is it a key item? It is. He is at Pirate Town. The moment to determine what we're gonna get from Pirate Coliseum has arrived. Exciting times. All right. So let's put Espeon and Shiftry in the lead for this. Just because they're like probably the best for, in general, going in with. And let me also make sure everyone has Citrus Berry and such. Citrus. Okay, so Sandslash needs it. Everyone else is good. Alright, there's a lot of Pokemon that we could potentially get. Wait. Did Sandslash need it? Oh, I guess I read that wrong. Alright, it was Hariyama that needed the Citrus Berry, not Sandslash. Okay, we're good. It can be like, I think one of, I want to say there's 8 or 9 Pokemon available that Mirror B can have. So it's completely random what he has, but it will just be on his team when we fight him. I think you always fight him in the first round. Maybe that's not true, but at least from my experience, I think that has been the case. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think this team is good. I think we're good to just go for it. What do you guys have to say? Oh, boss, please someone let him win this challenge. Rather than roughing it outside yet again, I'd really love to sleep in a bed for a change. Our boss, Mirror B, is over at the Coliseum. He says he's going to gut it out until he wins a challenge. I don't know, though. I have a feeling he'll give up and come out soon. Alright, let's, I think I wrote some notes about this, just in case it did happen today. Although I have no idea where I wrote my notes. I think it'll be fine. I don't think anything here is going to be that problematic. Let's just go for it. Everything in Pirate Coliseum is level 20. Yeah, I think including Mirror B's Pokemon. Yep, we'll be doing it. Let's go for it. Alright, what Shadow Pokemon are we going to get? I think it comes out last in his party as well. Pirate Coliseum Battle 1. Yep, there he is. I'm ready and set to go. You can bring it on whenever. This music is fantastic, by the way. Lombre and Ludicolo. Alright, without question, we gotta take out Ludicolo first. Go Fake Out and Psychic. I don't know if Psychic will kill. I think it will. But just to make sure, I'm gonna Fake Out just to... Oh wow, it went for Fake Out too. Perfect. I already got my move off, so it doesn't matter. Alright, Psychic should definitely kill Ludicolo, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. Ludicolo actually lives Psychic. Alright, we'll go Psychic on Lombre, and then I'll just finish it off with Shiftry here. Sends out Voltorb, which is the non-shadow version of it, because we already have Voltorb. Alright. So, let's see what the shadow Pokemon actually is. It is Mawile. We just fought this thing. But here it is again. This is actually going to be really hard to catch. We know it doesn't have Intimidate, though. What? Well, it didn't have Intimidate the last time I fought it. Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know that that would be the case. Okay. Odd, to say the least. Oh, I didn't bring Mightyena. That would have been a nice Pokemon to have here. Let's go to Hariyama. Well, actually, how much damage would Mawile do with Shadow Rush here? Let's see. Because it is level 25 here, so I do have to be kind of careful. Let's see. Well, I learned something. I didn't think it would have Intimidate. I don't think it would re-roll that ability. That's really good that it has it, though. Mawile, it's level 25. And just give it like a 150 or 110 base power move, because that's basically what it's working as. Because Shadow Rush is 55 base power in this game. And then Espeon, or level 24. And what is Espeon's defense? It would be a range if it had good attack. If it has like average attack, it would still be kind of a range. Shiftry has even less defense than Espeon. Let's do... I think swapping to Sand Slash makes sense. I think Hariyama can get in without too much hassle here. Alright, let's see. Sonic Boom, that's annoying. Dang, I was hoping it wouldn't attack Sand Slash. Oh man, that is so much damage. Dang. Alright, let's swap to Skiploom. We'll fake out Mawile just to flinch it. If I can put it to sleep, that'll be fantastic. Okay, that activates Citrus Berry, so that's not the worst thing. Okay, you flinch, huge. Alright, we're gonna go Sleep Powder. And I'll... Wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll Sleep Powder Mawile and we'll Brick Break the Voltorb. I also could Protect. Yeah, I think I'll Brick Break Voltorb here. Yeah. Hit Skipple, and that's not good. Thank God Sleep Powder hit, because if it went Shadow Rush against Skiploom, it definitely would have killed. Whew, that was close. That was a bit of a gamble there. I mean, the whole thing is a gamble at this point. And we also have confirmation that Mawile does outspeed Hariyama, which is also not great. Alright, I'll go to Shift Tree and Fake Out. What's the chance to capture it? Let's see. I don't know if it's going to be that high. At this health range, it's probably not great. What is it, level? So it's level 22. Technically, by the game standards. If I use an Ultra Ball, it's asleep. Oh man, we've got a 78% chance, assuming it's at full health. It's at, I'd say that's like 92 or something. It's still 78. It's a 78% chance to catch with an Ultra Ball here. You gotta believe, right? You have to believe. Come on, everyone, activate the prayer circle. Let's band together. Let's go. We got Mawile. That's a tough catch. That is a tough catch. I don't know if I could have really played that any better. I think no matter what I did, it was going to be a risk. That was scary, though. Holy. But that's a good Pokemon. If it had Hyper Cutter, I was gonna be like, this isn't gonna really be worth my time. I might just kill it if it gets really close. When I saw it had Intimidate, I'm like, oh, that's a much better ability and much better Pokemon as a result. So I kind of really want to catch this now. That was insane. I don't know how it works then. I don't know if maybe like when they leave the like Exol's party, like when Mawile left Exol's party and he went to Mirror, or was it a male or a female? I don't know. When it went to Mirror B's team, I guess it must have like re-rolled all of its IVs, nature, ability, all that stuff, because I'm pretty sure it's locked in to whatever it gets. Like for example, if you like battle the Hexagon brothers, every time you fight Gulpin or Houndour, it's gonna have the same IVs, nature, and everything every single time. Anyway, that was crazy, but here we are. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's do the rest of this Coliseum, I guess. It's not going to give a ton of experience, but I'm really happy we got that. That's great because now, if anything happens to Mightyena, it's not a big deal because we have another Intimidate Pokemon in the background. And there might even be times where Mawile is better than Poochyena or Mightyena. So that's fantastic. Alright, Shiftry levels up. Pichu and Smoochum are the last ones. This is a crazy freaking... A crazy lineup. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. This is going to be a tough one. I like how we went from me almost dying to Mawile to now I'm battling baby Pokemon. all the Gen 2 baby Pokemon. The only ones we were missing were Magby, Elekid, and Tyrogue. Maybe we'll see them in the next round, who knows. If it's about cuteness, my Pokemon have yours beat. I mean, kind of true. Kind of true. Although I will say Skiploom is pretty dang cute. So... Man did a backflip. Novel. Alright then, here goes. Castform and Lotad. Okay. I'm gonna assume Castform is gonna have like a pretty crazy moveset. It usually does. Like it has access to like all the elemental moves, like, you know, Fire, Blast, Blizzard. I'm sure it doesn't have that crazy of a moveset, but it's probably still really good. I'll just double attack into it. I could even, you know what? I'll actually fake it out. That way we can see how much damage I do to it, and I can decide if Brick Break would kill or not. Oh, Brick Break definitely kills. Brick Break is almost 4x the damage that Fake Out does. Not quite, but it's close. Alright, we'll do Psychic on C-Dot and Brick Break on... You know what, actually, we'll just make sure that I don't want to be too cocky and don't end up killing the Castform, so let's just do this. It's better that way. Almost took it out. Sunny day. I wonder if it has chlorophyll too. I mean, we won't know because Espeon is far too fast. Even with that +2, it might hypothetically have. It's not fast enough to outrun Espeon. I think Shiftry got early bird. It didn't get chlorophyll. Wait, I mean, early bird is like not really that relevant of an ability. I don't know if there's a lot of Pokemon that can put, or like a lot of opposing trainers that have moves that can put you to sleep. I don't know, maybe. But even then, it's not really that big of a deal. It shouldn't be a big problem. Oh, a new set of specimens to be examined. Okay. That's interesting. Researcher Oral would like to battle. He sends out Meditite and Makuhita. Okay. Well, I definitely think Meditite I'm gonna use Fake Out on. It might have Fake Out itself. Makuhita might have. They all might have Fake Out. I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna use Fake Out on Meditite here. That's for sure. Makuhita does. Okay, so Meditite flinched, but it did move before Makuhita, which means it used a priority move. I think all three of us went for Fake Out that turn. That's pretty funny. So I wonder if whatever comes in next has Fake Outs. Now that doesn't learn Fake Out. That one does not learn Fake Out, so we're okay there. Alright, let's Brick Break the Magnemite, Psychic the Meditite. That should take both of them out. Yep. And did he have another Pokemon, or was that it? No, that was it. All right, there we go. We beat the Coliseum, and we also got our encounter for Pirate Town. So And it was a great one. Like, there were a lot of Pokemon that it could have been that would have been, like, pretty bad, you know? I mean, we could have gotten Delcatty, and that would have been just tragic. And it's actually kind of perfect timing, because I'm actually going to have to take care of my dog, because she's asking to go out right now. So let me just check really quick what Mawile looks like. Mawile. Obviously, we don't know what nature it is. But just kind of looking at it, it looks solid. It looks solid. Like, I don't think that's too bad. I think it's really fast. I think, doesn't Mawile have like 55 speed or something? I think its special attack, special defense, and speed are all the same, like, base. So the fact that its speed is significantly higher, yeah, I think that looks good. Its attack and defense look fine. Yeah, this looks like a good Mawile. I think we got a good one. So we'll have to purify that at some point. But that was good. All right, let me put Citrus Berry back on. Who was it? Hariyama, who activated their Citrus Berry? Yeah, it was. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I will be right back. I'm gonna take care of my dog really quick, and then when I come back, we will go to Phenac City, and I will get the next encounter on the agenda. That was awesome that we were able to get the encounter right there. I thought it would take a lot longer, so that's great. So I'll be back in just a little bit. Alrighty. Okay, so now we're going to go to Phenac City, and we're going to get that encounter. And I'm pretty sure that encounter is always the same, at least when I looked up like ahead of time. If you're new here, we're going by the first Pokemon that we encounter in every single area. Also, I need to scooch in more. I was like not in frame like at all. I'm only allowed to get the first Pokemon I encounter from every new area. So no ifs, ands, or buts, you know, just whatever the first encounter is, that's the only one you can get. So we still haven't got anything from Phenac City yet. So we will get one right now. And I'm healed up, right? Yeah, everyone got healed. Hold on, let me put Skiploom in the lead since we're gonna have to catch something. It makes sense to have a Pokemon that can put to sleep. Alright, I think I gotta talk to someone in here. Right? Oh, wait, I just have to pick up the thing on his table. There we go. It's popular among girls, but it's not what a man like me needs or wants. It seems a waste to just throw it out, so you can have it. Take it with you, okay? Oh, and if you feel tired, feel free to have a snooze in that bed there. Yeah, so basically, the Pokemon Center isn't working because everyone in the town is, like, currently being held hostage by Cypher. And everyone's just kind of pretending to be the residents. Which is hilariously elaborate for a villain like this. Is there a treasure chest up here? Yep, there is. 2 hyper potions. Why not? Anyway, so we need that music disc so that we can go in here and we can go upstairs. I don't think they allow you to go up here, right? Oh, hi, guy. The mayor's bedroom is upstairs. There's no going up there. Oh, I am so bored. If there were some music, if there were some music, it might make things less boring. I'm not trying to go up there. What are you yapping to me for? Let me make sure I have a good Pokemon for this. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Unless Mightyena could be good as well. Maybe I'll bench Sandslash for Mightyena really quick. Yeah. Because Mightyena has Intimidate, that's always a good ability. So does Mawile too, but Mawile I still need to Purify, so we'll do that in a little bit. Alright, Mightyena. Oops. Hey Lincoln, how you doing? You just missed us going through Pirate Coliseum to get our new encounter, and it was kind of intense. I ended up getting Mawile from there, and I thought that because in Exil's fight it didn't have Intimidate, that would carry over to that fight, but it actually did have Intimidate, and that was kind of cool. So now we have 2 Pokemon that have Intimidate. It's pretty awesome. I also fixed the streamer bot chat, so I actually can see your messages now without having to look over at the other thing, so it's great. Doing great, thanks. It was so hot today. I'm a little sunburned. How are you doing? Well, it was like the exact opposite over here. It was hot, but it was a pretty big storm over here, so that's why the stream was kind of late today. Is just because I didn't want to risk any power outage or, you know, loss of internet or something like that during a storm, so I just kind of waited for it to end. So yeah, but I'm doing great otherwise. It's been a pretty good day so far. About to get our next encounter from Phenac City too. Oh, do I not just put it in there? Do I have to talk to her now? The mayor's gone out. Who knows when he'll come back, or he'll decide to come back. Oh, house sitting is so deadly dull. Oh, it's so boring. Oh, now don't you have something nice? Let me see. Oh, wow, score. Maybe this will make things less boring. Oh, wow, it's Rumba of Love. I'll borrow this. Crazy. It was like 26 degrees Celsius and meant to be 29 degrees Celsius tomorrow. That's good to hear, and that's fair, yeah. Yeah, like, it's definitely gonna get hotter. But usually, like, over here, it doesn't get, like, really bad until, like, late July, early August is when it, like, really becomes hot. Yeah, it was worth it though, as I had a barbecue with some friends. That's awesome. Yeah, it's always like that, and like having pool parties is like the best thing to do when it's hot outside. Yeah, so I think the trainer has, I know they have Snow Runt. What else do they have? I think they have a poison type, or maybe multiple poison types, so Espeon definitely makes sense. I think having Skiploom makes sense for putting it to sleep. And the best thing about Shadow Pokemon, they don't know any moves other than Shadow moves, so even though Skiploom would normally die if something were to just, you know, breathe cold air on it, it doesn't know an ice move. It only knows Shadow moves, so we're okay. Alright. So I need to pick up this note. I'm trying to center myself. It's not going great. Found the mayor's note. Wow, this appears to be a letter from the mayor to Justy. Read the letter. Justy, there is bad trouble brewing. Of all places, our beloved Phenac is now the target of Cypher. Already, Cypher's members are secretly taking the places of prominent members of our community. If something's not done, the city will be taken over by Cypher without anyone noticing what's happened. Justy, I must turn to you for help. We need your abilities to overcome the crisis facing our city. You, as the leader of the Prestige Precept Center, should be able to do something. No one calls it that. No one calls it that. Everyone calls it the Pregym. It may be too late, however. Already I feel threatened by... The letter ended abruptly. Oh, no. Oh, hi, guy. What might you be reading? You're not getting the silly idea of delivering that letter to Pregym's Justy. Oh, you naughty boy. You need to be taught a lesson for snooping. God dang. Maybe a Shadow only run one time. Only Shadow Pokemon and only Shadow moves. God dang. Okay, so if we're setting the ground rules as you can't use items in battle, God, that's tough. That is tough. You're pretty much limited to whatever you get towards the end of the game. And there are some good Shadow Pokemon that you can get, like Starmie is a fantastic one. Absolutely fantastic. But that would be tough. If you're allowing like I can die to a trainer over and over again, right? Like it's not like kind of a one save file, you have to reload the save if you wipe kind of thing. Like you can just keep throwing yourself at them. Hold on one second. All right. Like if it's something like you can keep throwing yourself at them over and over again, maybe because you could just theoretically keep on stealing their Shadow Pokemon every time you go and fight them and bolster your team. That would be tough though. That would be tough. I do think it would be possible though, for sure. No items. You can use Poke Center though. Once Pokemon is dead, it's dead. Oh, so we're Nuzlocking. Oh dear lord. Oh god. That would be really hard. That would be really hard. I don't know. Would I say that's possible? I don't know if it would be possible, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. Only because shadow moves are like not very effective against shadow Pokemon. So you're gonna get into like grudge matches with a lot of Pokemon as a result. And at the end of the game, you have to fight Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, who are just objectively going to be more powerful than you are. Like, maybe it's possible, but it would be a lot of luck because you would have to avoid getting burned, paralyzed, or frozen from Shadow, Fire, Ice, and Electric. That would be... Or Shadow Bolt, whatever it's called, I don't remember. It would be lucky. It would require some luck. I'm sure it is, just be extra careful. God. It is definitely an idea, though. Alright. Remember, you can catch as many as you want, but you box them and only use them to replace party members once dead. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And you're like saying like you wouldn't wipe if all 6 of your Pokemon fainted the first time you fought them. So then at the very least, you could battle them far enough to catch... Well, I guess... Now that I think about it, you could just catch Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos, couldn't you? You would still be able to do that. So maybe it would be possible. Maybe it would be possible. If you can just catch Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno, then you can just completely cripple his team. I see what you're saying. I see. Alright, yeah, so Psychic's a Viper, and Sleep Powder the Snow here. I think Snow only knows Shadow Wave, I want to say, and Shadow Wave is like the weakest Shadow move. It hits both Pokemon, but spread moves in Gen 3 are halved for their damage, and it's only 50 base power, so effectively, even though it's super effective, it's only doing 25 base power to each Pokemon, which is like just barely better than like Absorb. It's not going to do a lot. Alright, Psychic Golbat. What's the catch rate on Snow here? I am consulting a lot of external resources today, but it's okay. Oh wow. It is, with an Ultra Ball, it is a 99.9994 or 994% chance to catch. So it's looking great. All right, Snorunt was caught. We didn't hit the point Z capturing it. Could you imagine if that would have happened? Alright, Golbat's down. Crit does not matter, but love the enthusiasm there. Dang, that was a lot of experience, too. Espeon really can't do anything to Mightyena, so we're going to swap here. I guess we'll swap to Hariyama. And... I'll go to Shiftry as well. No reason to keep Skip Lumen either. Oh. I think it lagged there for a second. It looks like the stream might have lagged for a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Alright, does it look better now? I'm watching it over here as well, like making sure the stream is good. I saw it was lagging for a little while. I think it looks fine now. Okay. Alright. So yeah, Snowrun is our encounter. But I do have something to say about Snowrun. And I have something to say about the crime that Genius Sonority did when they designed this game. It's almost as if they knew that I was going to Nuzlocke it. I'll talk about it in just a second. I have one more trainer I've got to fight here. I think you'll be wasting your time delivering that to Justy. Phenomenal. Alright. I've been wanting to talk about this for a really long time, so once we beat this trainer and I get access to a PC box, I can talk. For now, I gotta get past this guy next. Let's see. Let's do Voltorb and Mightyena for this next fight. Oh, looks something like this. I was just mashing X preemptively. I forgot that I'm supposed to be reading the dialogue. Alright. Murkrow and Pineco. I think Voltorb and Mightyena will be plenty for this. Pineco, I think, only knows Shadow Blitz, which is not a very powerful move. Both of my Pokemon should be able to take it pretty well. At least I hope. Go for Bite on Pineco. Alright. Ariados comes out. Bite should do about half, I would imagine. Not quite, but close enough. And we get the flinch. I don't think it mattered. I don't think it would have been able to kill anybody even with a crit. And Thunderbolt should kill. No, actually doesn't. But Mightyena will kill with Bite, so it's okay. Obviously, we're not catching Pineco, because we already got Snowrun here. Poison Sting. Please don't poison me. Of course. Tragic. Alright. I think it's fine to stay in. And maybe I'll swap. Just to be on the extra safe side. Might be the best thing to swap. Yeah. I think Ariados does know Leech Life, but that's 20 base power. Even though it's 4x super effective against Shiftry, it'll be fine if it has to take that hit. It'll be okay. Alright. We'll go Rock Tomb and Shadow Ball. And that hopefully takes out Ariados. Awesome stuff. Level 26 just barely for Shiftry. Getting a lot of levels just by, like, not even having to grind, just fighting, like, the mandatory fight. That's pretty good. And we're down and out. Pineco fled somewhere. So now Pineco is going to be in the available pool of Pokemon that Mirror Bee can have when we fight him again in Realgam Coliseum. Although it's going to be a long time before we fight him in Realgam. I think the levels that they use there are like level 40. So we're gonna be a while. I am poisoned, but I think I have plenty of health, right? 56. Yeah, we're good. We don't have to fight anybody else, and we can just leave using... Oh. Got a cutscene, though. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. We are all Justy. We are. People all look up to us, for we are the Justy gang. Count off. Or 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Perfect. When we all look this much alike, even I, your own brother, can't tell any of us apart. Everyone knows why we're here. Our job is to confound any enemies that stumble onto us here. We'll all scatter and deflect attention away from pre-gym. If my plan works, we may be in line for an admin position. Maybe. Brothers, may you undertake your orders with pride and diligence. To your positions. Alright. Well, I need to leave. So I can get to a heal. Well, I guess I could have healed at the one place. It's fine. I'll just go to Cypher Lab really quick because there's literally a healing station right here. Oh, wow. The Hexagon brothers aren't here. I wonder why. Where could they possibly have gone to? All right. Okay, so now I can finally yap about this. I'm gonna go to the PC box to show you SnowRun summary. And I'm gonna show you why someone at Genius Sonority decided to really, like... They somehow found out that the Nuzlocke challenge would be a thing. And they wanted to play a prank on everybody. So, if we go to SnowRun... You can see the Met location is Phenac City, right? Okay, hold on. I might have this image somewhere. If I don't, then I'll just explain it, but hold on. Let me look for it. I don't remember what I saved it as. I'm pretty sure I saved this image a while ago. And I planned on showing it on stream, but then I'll keep looking for it. Let's see. I really hope I can find this. Nah, I don't think I don't know where I have it saved at. Alright. So basically, in Pokemon Coliseum, you also catch a Pokemon from that particular location in Phenac City, right? And it's actually the very first Shadow Pokemon that you encounter in the game. Is Shadow Makuhita in Pokemon Coliseum. And the Met location for Phenac, or for that area, it's the mayor's house. That's what it says for Mach. You know what? Actually, you know, I'll just do this. We'll save the game really quick. Here. We're gonna swap game so I can show this off. All right, 1 second. Because I really wanted to show this. Because I think this is just such a crime. So I'm currently doing something else, which is why I don't have my save file where I like actually beat the run. But anyway, you don't need to worry about that. Where is... There's Makuhita. All right. So when you look at where you caught Makuhita, look at what it says. Met location is the mayor's house, right? That's what it says. It's the same location you're going in XD, but now it's a different location all of a sudden. It's Phenac City instead of being considered instead of being the mayor's house, which I think is stupid. And so that's why, because, you know, the good old saying, my Nuzlocke, my rules. I'm going to count Mayor's House as a separate encounter from Phenac City, because I think it's stupid. I really think it's stupid. That is the Mayor's House in Pokemon Coliseum, and now all of a sudden it's not the Mayor's House anymore, even though the mayor still lives there. It's a different mayor, sure, but it's still the Mayor's House. Like, that didn't change. So, because I think it's stupid, what we're gonna do is we're gonna still count Phenac City as separate from Mayor's House, so we're gonna get a different encounter from here. And again, it's the first Pokemon that we can catch is the Pokemon that we get as our encounter. So all these Justies around the Phenac City, they each are obviously, spoiler alert, they're a different hexagon brother, right? And so earlier in the run, in Cypher Lab, we got to pick any one of them to get an encounter from, and I ended up picking Seedot. And a lot of people really didn't like that decision, but I stand by it. I doubled down. I think Seedot was the best Pokemon to get there. The Leaf Stone that you're able to get like right away before Lavrina, it's the only Pokemon of the 6 that can have its fully evolved form before Lavrina. So that made it way more valuable for being an early game Pokemon than anything else. So that's why I went with it. But now we have another option to get, because again, I'm saying that Phenac City is different from the Mayor's House. So this Justy over here is going to be the guy that I'm going to get the encounter from. And if you don't know which one it is, then you'll be surprised when it gets revealed literally in like, I don't know, 10 seconds here. I just have to figure out what I want to lead with here. I kind of feel like even though it's not going to be a great type matchup, I still think this might be the best. Skiploom knows Protect, right? Yeah, just because it can put to sleep. It's so good. It's so valuable. So I hope no one complains about me, like, doing that with my rule set. I think it makes perfect sense. Like, in Coliseum, it was literally considered a different area, and it's the same location in both games. And the fact that I have to get Snorunt, what a crime. What an absolute crime. A Pokemon that evolves at level 42. Alright. Oh, I've seen that kid before. Wasn't that at the Desert Lab? No, my mistake. I'm Justy now. Haha, I couldn't have seen him. Hi there, I'm Justy and I brawl for justice. If it's advice you need, I'm here for you, my friend. Huh? A lab? In the desert, you say? I don't have the faintest idea. You don't believe me? You little snoop. Why can't you just let certain things slide by? It is, in fact, Cypher Peon Re6, which obviously means he has a Fire-type archetype. And his shadow Pokemon is Shadow Houndour. And that is the Pokemon that I'm going to be getting as my Phenac City encounter. This one was kind of close between Houndour and Spheal. Like, the only thing with Spheal, like, it's a great Pokemon when it fully evolves. But that's the problem. Spheal doesn't fully evolve until level 44. Which is just, it's too late. Like, that is just way too late into the game. Houndour and Houndoom help way more right now. They, like, Houndour evolves at level 24. So, perfect, because the level cap's 28 right now. And I think it just has more utility than Walrein will have over the course of the entire run. It does mean that I'm tripling down on dark types, and I have Shiftry, Mightyena, and Houndoom eventually. But I still think it's fine. Like, dark typings don't really struggle in this game. So that's why I'm going to go for it. Anyway, we're going to go Psychic on Slugma. And then I'm going to protect Skiploom. Remember, Houndour does not have any fire moves because it's a shadow Pokemon. All shadow Pokemon only know shadow moves. So keep that in mind. That's why I decided to lead with Skiploom, because it was still fine. Because as soon as Houndour comes out, you just put it to sleep. And I mean, no matter who gets hit, it's going to be super effective. Alright. So Psychic Numel and Sleep Powder Houndour. And Shadow Blitz shouldn't do, like, barely any damage. Alright. Houndour is now asleep. And the catch rate has to be really good. We'll just throw a Pokeball, and I'll use, like, Tackle with Skiploom. Yeah, Tackle should do, like, nothing. I know that there's a pretty big level difference, but this is Skiploom we're talking about. Alright, perfect. Very good damage. It woke up immediately, unfortunately. Does 10 damage, that's barely anything. I'll just keep throwing Pokeballs at it. And we'll just keep putting it to sleep until eventually we catch it. Only a matter of time. Nice. Alright, Houndour has been caught. Fantastic news. You're our worst nightmare. Blah, don't you forget this. Alright, and then he drops a CD, which I don't really know if that's ever going to be relevant. The battle CDs really don't have a lot of good, like, items behind them. Unfortunately, I wish that they did. But a lot of times it's like, you know, like a full heal or an Ultra Ball. Which, I mean, it can be nice, but it's not really, like, anything too important. So anyway. So those are all the encounters that we're going to have available to us until we beat Snaddle. But yeah, if you're wondering why I have Snowrun and Houndour at the same time from the same location, technically, it's because of a technicality that Pokemon Coliseum introduced. So anyway, I'm gonna have to start purifying everybody and leveling them up, so let's get that done now. I'll take Hariyama off for now. Actually, no, I'll keep Hariyama on. What is happening? I was not trying to name the box. I was trying to put them in my party. I'll keep Voltorb. I'll bench Shiftry because Shiftry's kind of getting high. Get Mawile. Bench Mightyena. Snow isn't going to be that great as of right now, but I just want to put it on the team because when it gets to Glalie, there might be application for it. At the very least, it could just be like a Pokemon I can use to like sack, right? That's never a bad idea. Alright, so let's put Houndour in the lead. And I'm going to try to... I'll see how much money we have. Maybe we can buy a bunch of cents to get all their heart gauges down. I don't think we're going to be able to get all of them to purification status, though. We'll see. See how much money I have first. Quite a bit. By 10. Alright. So let's see how effective the colognes are. Houndour was delighted. I love to hear it. Alright. How much did that go down by? Oh, that was a lot. Okay. So Houndour might only need like another... Probably like if we use 2, maybe it would just be like a half a bar away. I could just kind of walk around with it. Okay. Let's see how close it is. Oh, no, it's still a full bar. Okay, then we'll use one more. That should get it done. Also, what happened here? Alright. There we go. Houndour can be purified. I like that they notify you when it's able to be purified. That's really cool. I think Mawile might be more important to get done first, since it has Intimidate. That gives it a lot more value. Oops, I did not want to talk to you. I probably should get away from the counter so that I don't accidentally misclick and talk to this guy again. Alright, let's see where that's at. Yeah, Mawile is going to require a lot of cents to get all the way to purification status. I would probably have to buy another 2 more to get there. All right. So where is that at now? Like a bar and a half? I think I'll just kind of get the rest by just walking around. Because we're going to be going in and out of this area to train up Houndour a lot. I'll also use this to train Voltorb as well. Let me go heal too. Actually, I guess Voltorb and Houndour are fine. We can just go and fight these guys, I think. But first I gotta purify Houndour. And I can, after I purify it, because you can't teach Shadow Pokemon TMs. So after I purify it, I can teach it Flamethrower, which I did buy when I was buying like Psychic and Shadow Ball and all that stuff for all my other Pokemon. So that'll be really helpful. And basically there's a trainer in Agate Village who is like fantastic for level grinding. It does not take long at all to beat him, and you get a lot of experience for battling him. It's pretty fantastic. If only there was a trainer that had like 3 Blissies or something, that would be incredible too. Regain Charm, that could be pretty cool. Alright, and of course, I have to name it this. It's a female, and it's a dog. My dog, her name is Cinder, so of course I have to name it after my dog. There's no other question. No other better name. Alright. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I need to teach you Flamethrower. And we'll see why that's important in just a second. I mean, obviously teaching Flamethrower to a fire type is never a bad thing, but it's really important that I do it before fighting this guy because Ember would not be good enough. Alright, we're good there. Let me reorder the move. Yeah, that looks good. Vice Grip and Iron Defense are the other 2 moves. Okay, I'm wondering what the Shadow moves are going to be. Okay. Yeah, let's fight this guy. You're serious? Cypher's got their eyes on Phenac? And you're intending to thwart their sinister master plan? Okay, my dream from now on is to cheer you on from the sidelines. Let me begin cheering for you with a battle. Ryder Hebon would like to battle. This guy is fantastic for level grinding. Fantastic. So Thunderbolt definitely kills Beautifly, I think. Yep. And I think Flamethrower might kill Dustox. Dustox does have good special defense, so maybe not. We'll see. Either way, it's going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, it just barely. Wow. That is probably 1 HP. 1 damage with Gust. Huge. Actually, I'll use Swift. It's on such low HP that I can just use Swift to take it out. And Flamethrower against the level 17 Dustox. Again, just barely not a kill. That's so tragic. It is fine though, because when Houndour levels up like 1 time, it probably will be able to hit that range. But yeah, basically, like, this is like a fantastic trainer to grind against because all 3 of his Pokemon give a fair amount of experience and they're not hard to kill at all. I wanted to battle against this guy in order to train up like train up my Pokemon for Exel earlier, but I didn't feel like my team was in a very good position to do that at the time, because like Skiploom was like the big one I had to level up, and I don't even think I got Skiploom to the level cap because everything else got to level 23, and at that point it was like I'm risking everyone else over leveling just to get Skiploom properly leveled, so it wasn't worth it. The only downside of this trainer fight is that you can get poisoned, which does suck, but again, once Houndour is able to hit the range in one shot, it's going to be way better. And it's probably only going to be like one level away. Also, what nature was Houndour? I don't think we even saw that. It's neutral. Okay. And just looking at its stats, I don't know how great these are, but they look fine. I know defense on Houndour is absolutely atrocious. And it will be like that for Houndoom as well. Yeah, 1 second, let me, I don't know why this is not showing properly. Okay. Also, I'll give Houndour a citrus berry just in case. Don't expect it to actually have to be used, but you never know. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, the big thing is that at least Voltorb can kill Beautifly in one hit. Literally like 2 experience away from leveling up to 18. Tragic. Yeah, so I don't expect that we'll actually get the Snaddle today. There's still quite a bit of trainers that we're gonna have to fight before we can get there. But at least we'll have the grinding done and ready so that we're just able to go in to Snaddle pretty much soon after starting the next stream. I think that'll be the ultimate goal here. And honestly, in my opinion, Snaddle is the easiest fight in this game. At least for my current team build, I really don't see how it's gonna be hard. Like he's got Lantern and Quagsire, and I mean I've got Shiftry. So Shiftry already really hard counters both of his lead choices. It's not like Coliseum, the leads aren't random. He'll always lead with those two. So I can easily defeat Quagsire in one hit. And really not a lot of his Pokemon can handle Shiftry. Like he's got Cast Form, which is weak to Brick Break, and that's one of Shiftry's moves. Lunatone, it's weak to both Shadow Ball and Giga Drain, so I've got my choice of what I want to use for that. And then, what's the other one? Matang. Matang, it has Metal Claw, which is neutral. But again, it's just not a big problem. I have Houndoom as well, so I can always just swap to Houndoom and Flamethrower it, and boom, it's dead, right? So I really don't think Snaddle will be hard. I think we'll get through it without any issue, which is going to be fantastic. But again, I don't think we're going to get to it tonight. Tonight, I'm just worried about leveling up everybody to get closer to the cap. Maybe try to beat all the trainers up to Snaddle, and then we'll do Snaddle next time after I finish the grind. Because I've been going for almost 2.5 hours at this point. I don't really want to go too much longer than like 3 hours, I think. Also, for whatever reason, my throat is starting to hurt. I don't know why. Alright. But now it looks like because Houndour leveled up, we're hitting the range to one-shot Dustox, which is great. It should mean that Houndour will fly through levels here. Same with Voltorb. Alright, let me also look at my notes here really quick. I write down notes for like stuff that I want to get to. So I'm just looking at it here. Okay. So I wanna kind of not get Voltorb past 27. I want to give him like 1 level of leeway just in case. Oops. So I think, is Voltorb 25 or 26? I guess we'll find out in just a second. It's 25, okay. So we're a ways away before that's going to be a problem. That's okay. I think the level 17 Dustox also knows Protect, which could be really obnoxious if it just starts spamming that, but so far it hasn't been doing it, so as long as it stays that way, we'll be okay. But this is a great place to grind. If you, at home, are looking to play Pokemon XD again and you want to know a great place to level up in this like early game area, it's this guy. You get they're about 900 experience per Pokemon every time you fight them. And really, there's not a lot of risk. The Beautifly and Dustox don't know a great move pool. They know, like, Gust, Confusion, and Poison Sting. I think Beautifly also knows Absorb. But who cares? It's a 20 base power grass move. It's not a big deal. And at some point, I do want to start leveling up Skiploom. Skiploom's a really difficult Pokemon to level up because it just really doesn't have an offensive presence, like, at all. So I think what we're going to have to do is probably try to, like, swap Skiploom in and out, right? To, like, you know, get the pity experience for participating in battle. I think that's the best way to do it. But it is obnoxious. Because Skiploom is able to get to Jump Bluff before we fight Snaddle, which is a huge deal. There's not too many Pokemon that I have that can fully evolve, but the ones that I have, I definitely would like to fully evolve beforehand. And after we beat Snaddle, I think all of my Pokemon can fully evolve. I think so. Because Teddiursa is 30, I believe. The Voltorb, I believe, is also 30. So that'll be great. Oh, also, I haven't been updating the team, like, at all. I've been changing out the team left and right, up and down. I have not been updating the team, like, at all. Hold on. Let me add Houndour here. I think my whole team is different right now because I've got, like, Shadow Mawile and Snorunt on the team as well. My bad. Hold on. 1 second. Let's see. So Houndour. Oh god, why is it so small? There's one. Skiploom is still here, yep. This is Mawile. I need to get a picture of Mawile because I didn't know what I was going to get, so I didn't bother getting anything. 1 second. Emulator might be lagging a little bit. It's fine. It's just because I'm tabbed out of the game. Alright. Mawile. Oh god, why is now Houndour was small and now Mawile is just ginormous. Tragic. Alright. Okay. It's a little bit. Can I bring it down a little bit? Yeah, like that. Okay. That's good. Alright. Perfect. And then Shift Tree. Replace with Snorunt for now. Forgot to get a picture of Snorunt. God dang it. 1 second. Snorunt. There we go. And there we go. Make sure the size is perfect. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Alright, team has been updated. I have not been doing that the whole time. I apologize about that, but we got there eventually, so it's okay. Hopefully. Alright. How are we doing on health, too? Oh, they haven't even been touched, yeah. I guess I am one-shotting everything, aren't I? It's pretty awesome. Alright. So Houndour is gonna evolve at 24. So that's kind of the target that I'm trying to get Houndour to. And like I said, Voltorb I don't want to go past 27 with. 27 is going to be a good place to stop just to make sure everything's good there. I don't know when Houndour gets a better dark type move too. I think we might be stuck with like Feint Attack and like Bite for a really long time. I do believe it learns Crunch at some point, but it might be pretty late. It might be like late 30s or 40s or something like that. But I mean, better late than never, I guess. That's usually the sentiment. So this is... hold on. Okay. And Voltorb learns self-destruct at some point, which hopefully I never have to use, but I would not be afraid to click it. I mean, it's a very powerful move when you use it appropriately, but I just gotta make sure I never like misclick or something like that. That would be tragic if I did. I'm pretty happy with how the team looks though right now. I think we've got a lot of solid Pokemon that all have a role on the team. You know, I think the type coverage isn't like very great, but that's not really too big of a deal because I don't really need type coverage, especially with like Shadow Pokemon having moves that are always super effective against all your Pokemon. It's usually not like that big of a problem. Because the unfortunate reality is, like, at least defensively speaking, it doesn't really matter what typing you have, because since Shadow Pokemon exist, regardless of your typing, they're always going to be super effective against you. They're always going to be able to break through your defenses, right? So, like, it's interesting because, like, Coliseum kind of promoted there to be a balance of, like, defensive strategy and offensive strategy, right? In XD, it kind of just favors a lot of power, right? Like, not to say that, like, you know, defense means nothing, but it's a lot harder, especially because you can't predict the AI as well, so yeah, defensively speaking, like, Pokemon aren't nearly as valuable in that regard as they are if they're just able to do a bunch of damage all at once. Being able to do a bunch of damage is very important in this game. Okay, now it's gonna use Protect. I mentioned it had it a while back, and hadn't been clicking it, like, at all, so kind of sucks, but that's fine. But yeah, definitely, it went for double Protect. I definitely think that Shadow moves were Oh, I ran out of PP for Flamethrower. Holy God. I ran out of PP for Thunderbolt. It actually, because of the double protect, it PP stalled me. That's fascinating. Anyway. Wow, it got a double protect, I got a double crit. This is insane. I can't even finish my thought. Holy crap. Okay, that's level 27. And that is self-destruct. Alright, make sure I never click it. Unless I need it. And I'm gonna get rid of mirror code, I think. But like shadow moves, I feel like they had an interesting idea with what they wanted to do for shadow moves in XD, but I think the execution was just not that great. Like the big problem with Colosseum is, of course, there was only one shadow move, and it was always a physical attack, which meant like if it was a shadow Pokemon that was more of a special attacker, Shadow Rush was a completely useless move, right? So you never really clicked it. So I do like the idea to make there be physical moves and special moves for shadow Pokemon, and to actually have them be a little bit more useful than just simply, you know, it's a 90 base power move that can hit every Pokemon for neutral damage. I think that was cool. But I feel like making it super effective against all non-shadow Pokemon and moves like Shadow End and Shadow Panic existing, like really low accurate moves that have a very high base power or a really annoying effect if they hit. I was not a fan of that. Mawile is close to being purified. Let's just have Mawile take Voltorb's place here. I think that makes sense. I don't think Mawile is going to be able to kill in one hit. But then I can also start leveling up Skiploom too, because that's something I really want to start getting involved here. But I don't know how I would rebalance the shadow moves. I'm not sure what I would do to change them, but I do think like they had something interesting. I'm not too big of a fan of how it's implemented. Like every shadow move being super effective is just really obnoxious to play around. And there's also just some really crazy powerful ones. Like Shadow Sky is an incredible move. That's the weather effect that kind of works like hail and rain combined, right? Because it's like a 50% damage boost to shadow moves, and it makes every non-shadow Pokemon take damage every turn. So it's just crazy stuff. I also don't know why, like, the shadow Pokemon, if you don't know, when they're used by an enemy trainer, sometimes they have a higher level than what is advertised. So like, for example, Mawile, you can see it's level 22, but when it was used by Mirror B and Exol, it said 22 plus. And the reason it says that is because Mawile actually is level 25 when used by Exol and Mirror B, but it's 22 when you catch it, which is just stupid. I don't really understand the decision to do that. It seems very needless to design that. I like how it has Shadow Wave. That's gonna do no damage. Maybe Shadow Rush can kill Dustox in one hit. Let's see. I kind of don't think it will, though. Yeah. That was a lot, but not quite a kill. And then there's reverse mode too, which reverse mode is like, I don't know why it doesn't do anything to help you. Like, again, in Coliseum, there was hyper mode. I'll get Skiplim in to get some extra experience on it, because I need to start leveling up Skiplim somehow. This is probably the best way to do it. But this Dustox keeps using Protect, and it's absolutely obnoxious. I forgot what I was talking about. Unfortunate. Okay, it failed the double protect, thank God. Does Tackle kill Dustox here? Dang. Oh, I was talking about reverse mode. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, like hyper mode in Coliseum made it so that you got like an increased crit rate. Like it made it so that Shadow Rush had like a 90.625% chance to crit, which is really high. Very good. And reverse mode in this game does nothing but just damage you every turn, which I think, you know, they could have easily done something to make reverse mode actually useful. There should obviously be a trade-off. Like, okay, you take 1/16 of your health every turn, that makes sense, but there has to be some kind of benefit. Otherwise, there's no reason not to just call the Pokemon out of hyper mode. Or out of reverse mode, sorry. Like, I don't know what they could have done. I don't know if I really care about, like, the whole, like, oh, you have a higher chance to crit. I think that's fine to not have in the game. But maybe make it so, like, maybe the Pokemon gets, like, a +1 to attack and special attack or something. That would be kind of cool. That would kind of balance out the fact that you can't level up the Shadow Pokemon. Just give them a free +1 in attack and special attack while they're in reverse mode. Oh, whoops, I have to leave the area and come back. It's very silly how they designed this. But there are just so many more things that they could have done with, like, the shadow moves. I know I'm just complaining here a lot, but I really do think that it was not well executed. There's a reason why people say, like, Coliseum and XD are, like, some of the hardest games to try to play. Just casually speaking. Wait, hold on. I need to flamethrower the Beautifly first. But it's crazy because, like, I look up a lot of, like, other people's opinions of, like, games that are, like, fun to Nuzlocke, rules they play by, tier lists for Pokemon that are used in a run. And it's always fun, like, looking through, like, you know, Coliseum and XD, because I don't really feel like a lot of people do runs for I don't think a lot of people do runs for Pokemon Coliseum in XD. So it's always interesting to see when someone does do one, like what their opinions are about it and everything. And I think confidently I can say that, like, Coliseum, it's a more balanced game to Nuzlocke than XD. Definitely. Like, even... so when I played Coliseum, I did make it so that all Shadow Pokemon could be caught, because there's, like... I want to say, not including the final 6 Pokemon at the end, because, like, using them is... it doesn't really count. You have to go in with an empty team slot to catch them, and then you can't purify them. They're, like, under-leveled, like, not worth your time to use. I think there's, like, 36 total Pokemon that you get as an encounter. 3 extra if you count the legendaries, but I didn't use the legendaries in my run. So it's not, like, too crazy of, like, a number of encounters that you get. But even if you play by the 1 encounter per area rule in Coliseum, I feel like because the AI is really consistent and predictable, it makes playing it a lot easier. A lot more strategic, I should say. No, I shouldn't say easier. I think it makes it just more strategic with how you go into fights. And because it isn't easy. Like, you do still have to plan for it, and things can still go wrong, right? You know, critical hits always exist, and you know, your Pokemon might not be strong enough to hit damage ranges or whatever. Like, there's all sorts of things that could be in play. But I do think playing with, like, the 1 encounter per area rule wouldn't be, like, too bad in Coliseum. But in XD, like, it's definitely much more impactful, because you just have a lot working against you in this game. The sheer number of Shadow Pokemon there are, how buffed Shadow Pokemon are, the randomness in the AI, it makes it a lot more difficult to play. And I did see some people talking about doing, like, deathless runs and how much luck would be required, and it's quite a bit. It is quite a bit. I mean, it's kind of funny, but, like, this Mawile, for example, this Mawile is kind of like the first thing that you would have to get lucky with, because beating Exol, it really is, it's dependent on what Mawile you're facing. Like, does it have Intimidate? Does it have really good, like, attack or defense or whatever? Like, does it get lucky with crits? You know, all sorts of things can go wrong with this Mawile. Anyway, Mawile's nickname. What do we want to name this thing? It is kind of a chomper. Could name it Chompy. Fantastic name. Alright, and then how close is Snowrun? Not even. Okay, let's start working on Snowrun then. Purified. Also, I didn't even look. What moves did Mawile get? It got False Swipe and Sing. I mean, I guess that's good for catching Pokemon. But... oh. Disconnected. Uh-oh. Okay. Is everything good? Trying to see if everything looks fine. I think something happened with my internet there for a little while there. Not sure what that was. Kind of like a lag spike or something. But it looks like it's back now. Just making sure it looks good here. Okay. I think it looks fine now. Alright, I don't know what happened there. I apologize for that. It looks like it just went out for like about 10 or 15 seconds, so it's okay now. Alright. Anyway. Oh, I need to leave the area and come back. I haven't done that yet. Once Snowrun gets purified, I could also, I could use my Poga coupons to buy an Ice Beam TM. That would be pretty cool. Like I said, I don't really expect Snowrun to get used very much. Like Glalie, when it does evolve into Glalie, which is going to be very late, might be more relevant. It could have some application, but Snowrun itself is not going to do anything. Unfortunately. Nose Bite. Just go Shadow Wave. We'll do chip damage to both of them, why not? Gus doesn't do too much, which is great. I was kind of worried about how much like Gus would do when I was like grinding here, because obviously Houndour doesn't have great defense, but it's not like a stab move from Dustox, so yeah, it's not too bad. And Skiploom I think also will take it pretty well. Skiploom at least has a lot more like base defense than Houndour does. So even though it's super effective, it should be fine. Yeah, it's 9 damage. Perfectly okay. And basically all I want to do is I just want to get Houndour to 24, and then we can start clearing out some trainers in Phenac City, and then we'll probably just call it there for today. I think we still did quite a bit. You know, I mean, we got 3 encounters, which is great, including the one at Pirate Coliseum, which is not easy to do. I mean, thankfully it was a really easy like tournament. Like, I don't really think anything used like anything crazy. Like, one of the battles was against 4 baby Pokemon, which was obviously not hard. So, yeah, but we still got, like, you know, 3 encounters. Didn't fail it. I don't think we failed any in this whole run, which is pretty good. Because, like I said, like, catching Pokemon in Coliseum and XD, it's not easy to do. When you have to deal with, like 2 Pokemon being on the field and you can only catch 1, right? It can be a little tricky to figure out how you go about trying to do it. And especially like wild Pokemon in like other Pokemon games, they just click moves randomly, right? Like they have a 1 in 4 chance of selecting any move on their moveset. But in XD, because they're being controlled by a trainer, they pick usually a better move option than just simply a random one. Sometimes it is it is like a random move choice, but sometimes it actually does have some logic behind it. So you did have to be careful. But either way, I mean, I still think we did a pretty good amount here. And I will enjoy kicking Snattle's butt next time. I remember Snattle looks like really weird. Like, the art style for this game has largely been consistent, but like Snaddle kind of looks out of place, really. God dang poison, man. I hate it. So Skiploom's like what, 24? I think. Yeah, it's 24. So it's gonna be a while before it gets to 27. We're not gonna get Skiploom to 27 today. Oh my goodness, I got poisoned twice. Tragic. But well, at least like whenever Houndour gets to 24, whatever Skiploom's at, that's what we'll get it to for now. I don't know what experience tier Skiploom's in. I don't know if it's medium slow or medium fast, but it might level up a little bit quicker than Houndour. Might, I'm not sure. Either way, when we'll get Jump Bluff before Snaddle, I think, and we'll make sure we have a full team ready. All right, let's see. How close were they? They were still pretty healthy. Like, poison feels so much more like annoying in this game than in like, the Game Boy or DS Pokemon games, simply because, well, I guess DS Pokemon games, poison can't kill you, but in like the Game Boy games, it's a lot harder, or I mean, it doesn't seem as scary as it does in XD with how annoying poison is, because like moving across like grid-based movement like on tiles, it feels like you're moving further before like you're losing health to poison. In this game, because like the space is so big, like 4 steps goes by really fast, and it's just like constant ticking time bomb of poison damage. Yeah, it's a lot more intimidating in this game, I think. Alright, Flamethrower, the Beautifly. Do Shadow Wave for no reason. I think probably 2 more battles from the looks of it, and Houndour will be able to evolve into Houndoom, which will be great when that happens. A massive power buff. Alright, and swap Snow for Skiploom, just to get at that extra bit of experience. Also, Dustox give special defense EVs, so that always helps Skiploom. That's why I always kill the Beautifly first, if you haven't been noticing. I kill the Beautifly first because it gives special attack EVs. I'm not really trying to like EV train necessarily, but I am trying to be conscious about when I'm grinding, like what the best place to grind for that specific Pokemon is. I mean, this is good for Skiploom as long as you deal with the Beautifly first. I don't know why I do that. I confuse Beautifly and Butterfree a lot. Their names really aren't even that close to each other, but I can't stop myself. Funnily enough, I do think Butterfree actually is a shadow Pokemon in this game, too. No one got poisoned for once? Holy crap. I didn't think that could happen. Butterfree is another Pokemon that a lot of people don't really... Like, they overlook a lot for, like, Nuzlocking. Compound Eyes, as its ability, makes it so that all moves have 30% like higher accuracy, and Sleep Powder is a 75 accurate move. So it's a very good combination of moves to use. Fantastic. It pretty much means that you have a 1 in 50 chance to miss versus a 1 in 4, that's a huge help. Get Skiploom again. Skiploom is at the moment not living up to the name I gave it of Tough Puff, but eventually it will. When Jumpluff is able to get like a couple more moves, like right now it has a good tandem with Sleep Powder and Leech Seed, but Jumpluff's always like a really solid Pokemon. It's fast, has Sleep Powder, which is very good. Although Sleep Powder is kind of unreliable, so you do have to deal with that. But it has enough bulk to at least take a hit. It's still a good one. Alright, I think one more battle is what it's going to take for Houndour to get there. I don't think we're going to quite get enough experience from Dustox here, unfortunately. This guy has like no reflexes at all. Like he falls backwards. He does like the trust fall. Doesn't even brace for impact. I mean, you can actually seriously injure yourself if you do that. There's a reason why you instinctively want to like push your like hand down to break your fall. There's a reason why you have instincts. So that you don't hurt yourself doing that kind of stuff. But this man, I mean, he absolutely trying to give himself a concussion speed run by falling down like that. I also like how Snorunt just kind of like shivers in place. I love how animated the Pokemon are in these games. It's so great. It's like one of the things I miss the most, like compared to like modern day Pokemon. They just don't feel like as alive as they do in these games. Like, look at this Snorunt like animation. This is so good. Fantastic. And there's like a lot of like idle animations or attack animations that just don't look as great in like the newer Pokemon games. I do kind of eventually want to try to do some challenge run associated with Pokemon Battle Revolution. I think it would be really fun to do. I'm trying to think of what I would do. And it probably would be a ways away. I don't think I would do it anytime like soon, but it is something that I have like planned to do at some point. And I'm sure that'll be really fun. I've spent a ton of time in Battle Revolution. I think I would probably say I have over 600 hours in it. I played it a lot. That was like during like the golden era of Pokemon, when like all my friends were playing it. So, you know, we would like come over to each other's houses and we would, you know, just play Pokemon a whole bunch, right? Bring your DS, link up with each other. It was a great time. And back then I had no idea what I was doing in Pokemon, so I was infinitely worse than I am currently, but it was still fun nonetheless. And Houndour is finally evolving into Houndoom. Houndoom is here. Let's take a look at the stats. After the stream's over, I'll probably check like all the IVs and stuff for the Pokemon. But for now, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. But it looks solid. I mean, defense is 34 compared to Hariyama, because I think like Hariyama's not too far off with base defense. 35. Yeah, I think it looks solid. Like, physical defense is the one thing I was really worried about, because, like, I think Houndoom's base is it 50 or 55? I think it's 50. So it looks actually really good, because Hariyama's is base 60. So the fact that it's 1 point off, yeah, it seems pretty good. Alright. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to battle some trainers in Phenac City. Just clear them out and position ourselves so that all we have to do next time is do a little bit of grinding, and then we can just go straight into like status fight. So I'm going to keep Hariyama and Houndoom. Who else do I want? Trying to look at what I have to prepare for. I have Voltorb as well. That's good. Let's bring Espeon. Take Mawile out. Put Shiftry on. Do I need Mightyena for anything? I don't really think so. I think it's all good. All right. So let me update the teams really quick. Also, I need to update that Houndour has now evolved into Houndoom. Go, and then Skiploom is still here. Mawile I swapped out for Espeon. Oh wait, oh I had Espeon already on here, my bad. My bad. Oops. Espeon is now here twice. Shiftry. Two Espeon duplication glitch. Oops, that's not what I need to do. I always have to manually resize these because it doesn't... I don't know. It doesn't save it the same way every time. And then Snow Run. Is Hariyama. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Everything looks good. Yep, alright, perfect. So let me not have Skiploom be in the lead slot. Alright, for the next one, Espeon and Houndoom is what I want to lead with here. Okay. So I believe there are like 6 fights before you have to commit to fighting Snaddle. So we're gonna get those done first. And just get them out of the way so that we don't have to worry about them next time. Mirabee has shown up. I don't really care. I've already gotten my encounter from Pirate Coliseum. Also, I'm curious. Hold on. Let me go. I want to check where Mawile's Met location is. Is it Pirate Town or Pirate Coliseum? I actually was curious about that. Pirate Town, okay. There's no other encounters in Pirate Town, though. It's not like Coliseum where, like, Dual Square has, like, you know, 6 different Shadow Pokemon. It's pretty much an entire town that is devoid of Shadow Pokemon. ONBS has its own encounter. But obviously, ONBS is not Pirate Town. Oh, yeah, you have to go to the pre-gym. Alright, so... yeah, Espeon and Houndoom. Does everyone have a Citrus Berry? They do. Perfect. Then they're all ready to go. This first trainer has Kirlia, Linoon, and Natu. Oh, you have a letter from the mayor for Justy? Is that right? Oh, I hear a little voice whispering to me. And that voice tells me to take that letter from you. Now, I hate to mention it, but couldn't you have just said, oh, don't worry, I'll deliver that letter to Justy right away, taken the letter from me, and then revealed yourself to be a bad guy so that I would give you the letter, you would have the letter, you would have taken it from me, and I wouldn't be able to report to Justy? Wouldn't that make sense? I think Psychic kills Linoon here, I'm pretty sure. Pretty substantial level difference. Yep. And I'm also really confident Fate Attack kills Kirlia. Alright, and Natu. Pre-gym, unfortunately, is not considered a different area from Phenac City. This one I have less of a complaint about because this wasn't in Coliseum, so... I mean, pre-gym was in a Coliseum, but you couldn't get, like, a Shadow Pokemon from here, so... It's not like the Mayor's House situation where it's like, okay, you actually got an encounter there and it said a different location, right? This one I'm not upset about. It would be nice if this was considered a new encounter. Natu, I think would be fine. Like, it's a flying type, so it kind of can synergize with, it can synergize well with, you know, Earthquake users, or, just serve as a decent pivot for certain attacks. Because I don't think you get a lot of flying. I don't think. Do you get any flying type in this game with the format I'm playing with? I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess. Since you don't seem to hear what I'm saying, I suppose I'd better just beat it out into you. I like how they said that because I really was not paying attention at all to what they were saying. I was too busy yapping. Cypher Peon Fasten would like to battle. They send out Remoraid and Golbat. Actually, I guess it'd be better to Psychic Remoraid, right? And what's the Shadow Pokemon here? It's Roselia. I could just Flamethrower it on the switch-in. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think Golbat has a lot to hit with. Like, it probably knows Bite, which is super effective against Espeon, but Espeon has really good special defense. I think it'll take it pretty well. Another Pokemon that we unfortunately cannot catch. We have to take it out. And I don't think Roselia is going to live a Flamethrower. Tragic. But we could still get Roselia from Railgun Tower. That's still a possibility. It went for Bite on Houndoom. Phenomenal. Alright, the next trainer is the last one we fight in the pre-gym. It's Kadabra, Sneasel, Misdreavus, and Shadow Meowth. So that sounds pretty easy to me. Alright. Yeah, I think we actually... No, I think we just run it back with Espeon Houndoom. I think that just makes too much sense. You're good. You figured that I'm the real Justy. Huh? You're wondering if I'm a fake too? Okay, yes, if you want to be precise, I'm the real Justy impersonator. Even Justy couldn't do a thing when we showed him we had hostages galore. He's being a model prisoner along with the mayor and the rest of them right here in Pre-Gym's basement. If you want to play hero and rescue them, well, you need to deal with me first. Cypher Peon Boston would like to battle. Alright, let's go Bite on Kadabra. And Flamethrower on Sneasel. It went Fake Out. Tragic. That's okay. Espeon is getting close to 27. It's going to be one level away from the cap. But I think it should be fine. We don't have too many more trainers we have to fight. Double team. Oh, don't do that. Oh, actually, I have Feint Attack. I have Feint Attack, yeah. Is this Misdreavus? I don't really care to check. I'll just what's the Shadow Pokemon again? Meowth, okay. I think I'll Bite Misdreavus and Feint Attack Misdreavus just to make sure it dies. Because I don't think Kadabra surely doesn't have anything crazy, right? It probably just has Confusion. Maybe Psybeam. But either way, I think I should be able to take that pretty well. That just barely didn't kill. Unfortunate. Probably was a range if I had to guess. Alright. Here's Meowth. Oh, it knows Ice Punch. Why wouldn't it? My mistake. The very popular move that a lot of cadavers learn, you know, Ice Punch, right? How could I be so stupid? Why does everything know, like, there's gonna be an Alakazam that knows all the elemental punches and Psychic later. This is just crazy. Where are you teaching them these moves? Did you transfer them from Generation 2? How else did you do this? I'm pretty sure Psychic will just kill Meowth, but just in case, I'll double into it. Although, what's Meowth's speed stat? Is Meowth 90? I think it is. Which means I think it's just as fast as Houndoom is. Double check. .95 speed, okay. Let me see how good my speed stat is really quick. Because I don't want to get, like, killed by some crit shadow move hitting Espeon here. That would be absurd. Alright, Houndoom. It's level, what, 25? Okay, it actually got pretty good speed. Let me see what Meowth's top speed is. Because it also is level 25 here because of the fact that it says 22 plus. That actually means something. Really stupid. It could be faster than me, or speed tied. It is possible. Alright, well, let's not be stupid. Why can't I get this off the screen? Well, let me pull up damage. Let's see if Psychic will just kill me out. That's also something I should just look up. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Psychic. It looks like it should. Yeah, looks like it should. So I am gonna trust that. Because there's no way Espeon gets outsped, right? Like, I got a plus speed nature on the Espeon, right? Yeah, naive. 74 speed, that's definitely gonna clear. Alright, we should be okay. I'll stay in. Right, Psychic Meowth, and then Feint Attack. Well, we'll Feint Attack Meowth just in case something crazy happens, but Psychic should just kill. And Feint Attack, I think, also will kill Kadabra. Pretty sure. Houndoom is very powerful. Very good, awesome. Alright, just want to be safe with that. Alright, Meowth fled somewhere, that's fine. Sorry, pal, beating me won't set the bunch downstairs free. You need the elevator key to get into the pre-gym's basement. Sorry to say, nobody trusts me with anything important like that. Well, I believe that part. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure I didn't get healed, but I can heal up in this guy's house over here, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's do that. And then there's a guy on the stairs over here that we have to fight. What does he have? Torkoal, Nuzleaf, and Swinub. Okay. And the Torkoal does no body slam, which is annoying. I think Hariyama Houndoom makes sense. And I think I'll put Cherry Berries on just in case they get paralyzed by body slam, because that would just be really obnoxious to have to deal with. I gotta make sure to put citrus berries back on after the battle, though. Alright. Ah, looks like our secret's out of the bag already. We didn't want any attention until our recovery operation was done, but it's too late for that now. Whoops, did I say recovery operation? Don't you worry about it. It's got nothing to do with you. Cypher, Peon, Grek would like the battle. These names. Torkoal and Nuzlocke. Yeah. Oh, kind of had a little bit of lag there for a second. That's okay. All right. Let's go. It's Swinub is the other Pokemon. I think I'll go Fake Out on Torkoal. Oh. Alarm was going off there. All right. Fake Out on Torkoal and then Flamethrower on Nuzleaf. Nuzleaf might also have Fake Out too. Okay, I guess not, so. Nuzleaf goes down to Flamethrower, absolutely. This thing is not living that. There is Swinub. So let's go for, let's Brick Break the... Hariyama could outspeed Swinub, but I'm gonna Brick Break Torkoal and just have Houndoom focus on Swinub here. If Torkoal goes for a fire move, it's not gonna do anything to Houndoom, and against Hariyama, it's resisted because of Thick Fat, which is why I decided to lead with it. And if it goes for Body Slam, then it can paralyze, but I have Cherry Berry to heal off the paralysis if that happens. Fire Spin. Missed. It would have trapped me in, but I don't think it would have mattered. I outspeed Torkoal, and we definitely kill this next turn. Yep. Perfect. And now officially, there are 2 more trainers we can do, and then the next trainer would be like, I think it's like you have to fight 2 people back to back. One of them is not important. The next one is Snaddle. But of course, we're just going to clear out the first 2 trainers, and then we're going to leave. We'll grind up to 20, and we'll come back to deal with the rest. That'll be the correct way to play this. Alright, so the next one is Pelipper, Electrike, and Spearow. Kind of seems like a no-brainer to me. I think Electrike could have Lightning Rod, but I can just use Psychic with Espeon on Electrike and kill it. So that should be okay, because Espeon definitely is faster, right? Yeah. Yep. Alright. Oh, and then I need to also put citrus berries back on these guys. Okay. And let me save. I don't know how long it's been. Like 17 minutes. Okay. Alright. Oh, hi, little boy. Didn't anyone tell you to stay out? Actually, no one did. Cypher Peon Ezen would like to battle. They've got easy in their name. They gotta be easy to kill. Has to be. Alright, Psychic the Electrike. And Thunderbolt, so don't click self-destruct by accident. Thunderbolt the Pelipper. Like I said, if Electrike does have Lightning Rod, then by killing it, we don't have to deal with it protecting Pelipper here. And once again, Phenac Stadium is not considered... I mean, Phenac Stadium is a part of Phenac City for the Met location. So the Spearow, unfortunately, we're going to have to kill it. Would have been cool to have a Spearow, but... unfortunately, it is not something I can catch by my rule set. So goodbye, Spearow. Nice knowing you. Nice seeing you for about, 15 seconds. Awesome cameo. Alright, and the next trainer is the last trainer we can fight before we have to deal with Snaddle. And that is Chimecho, Stantler, and Grimer. Stay out of this, kid. It's for your own good. Alright, we'll psych the Stantler, and then I'll swap to Shift Tree here. I don't know if Psychic kills Stantler, we'll see. It might. Oh, crit definitely kills. I think it probably would have killed without the crit, but I am never going to complain about getting a crit in my favor. Hello, Grimer. Uproar. Not too much damage. Alright, we'll just go Psychic. And then I'm pretty sure Shadow Ball just straight up kills Chimecho. I don't think we need to worry about Fake Out first. It's only using Uproar anyway. Like, it's probably not going to do that much damage. If it does get an attack off. Awesome. Chimecho fainted. And officially... well, Espeon is officially at the level cap, which is perfect timing. But officially, we are one battle away from starting the Snaddle fight. So we're gonna leave the pre-gym now, or not pre-gym, the stadium here. You can just walk into the water, and that somehow teleports you out. And yeah, we'll do the Snaddle fight next time. We'll finish the grinding, and then we'll do the Snaddle fight afterwards. Let me go and heal up, and also put myself at a Gate Village. But still, I mean, we got a lot done here. 3 encounters, cleared out the whole entirety of Phenac City outside of course, the big bad. But I'm pretty happy about it. So let me go heal up. I don't even think I took... Well, I took a little bit of damage, but it wasn't a lot. Still, I should heal up. Alright, and pretty much... Are there any other Pokemon I'm going to put on the team? I think for this fight, it's kind of fine to go in with these 6. Really, like, it should just be Espeon and Shift Tree win the fight, and then I go to Houndoom to deal with the, Metang. That really should just be the general strategy here. But these guys are here just as backup. And of course, we'll level everybody up to 28. Yeah. So for now, let me put Espeon not in the front so that everyone else can level up. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let me go near the trainer and I'll save the game, and that'll be where we'll stop for now. Mirror B radar lost the signal. Oh no. He's on the loose. Awesome. Okay. Alright. Well, that was very good. I know, you know, I only streamed one time this week. You know, unfortunately I wasn't able to go on a Tuesday, but still, I think we're making pretty good progress on the game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Don't expect there to be much difficulty beating Snaddle, but we'll always see what happens next time. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Twitch or you're watching the VOD. And I will see you all next time.